今年37岁，离婚，一个人待在我的日子生活。
I am 37 years old this year, divorced, and living alone at home with my son. Many people ask me why I got divorced. In fact, my son often asks me this question too, and I don't know how to answer him. Usually, I don't mention his dad much at home. Even when I do, I don't have anything particularly good to say. I asked him if he misses his dad, and he said, "It's okay." But I see him checking his phone and clock late at night, probably unable to sleep. He sends a message to his dad and then asks me why his dad has been working outside for so many years and still can't even pay for the phone bill. But I feel like he's getting bigger now. Every time this comes up, I don't know how to bring it up with him, and I don't know if I should tell him. In fact, many people want to know why I got divorced. In my mind, I also think it's not like I was dissatisfied with your dad not making enough money, and it doesn't seem like that either. But I really can't express that reason, and I don't know if he can handle it.
Welcome back to Asia China Unseen. In today's video, we will take a closer look at the divorce rate in China, which is among the highest in the world. The cultural dynamics surrounding marriage and divorce in China have evolved significantly over the past few decades, reflecting broader societal changes. As of recent statistics, over 30% of marriages in China end in divorce, and the rate has been consistently rising over the years. Couples often find themselves divorced just months after tying the knot, highlighting a growing trend of dissatisfaction in marital relationships. Interestingly, studies show that it is predominantly women who initiate these divorces. Many women, even with young children in the mix, feel compelled to leave their marriages, seeking a better environment for themselves and their families.
Are there divorced women who want to remarry? The number might be quite significant. But why is that? Men only realize which woman loves them when they are poor. Women only understand which man cares for them when they are older. This is an undeniable fact. Currently, the divorce rate in China is extremely high, with most divorces initiated by women. But are these divorced women really just encountering bad men? Clearly not. It's because they feel disappointed and dissatisfied with various issues in marriage and hope to find a better marital relationship. However, we cannot deny that in the pursuit of novelty, romance, and emotional fulfillment, some women overlook the importance of family and their partners' contributions and support. They enjoy the stability of home and the care of a man while seeking emotional value and romantic excitement outside, gradually developing disdain and dissatisfaction with their family and husband. In this situation, emotional neglect, creating conflicts, and refusing to communicate become the norm, ultimately leading to the breakdown of marriage and divorce. After the divorce, these women may feel relieved and free, gaining recognition and pursuit from friends and the outside world. However, it is worth considering. Have they truly found the so-called happiness and self-fulfillment? Do they realize that the men outside may just want to toy with them, or even deceive them for money and sex? A normal man would not choose such a woman as a long-term partner. Most men actually do not need much romance and emotional value. They prefer to find someone who understands gratitude, a responsive and understanding woman. Marriage and family require effort and contribution from both sides, not just one side expecting the other to meet their romantic and emotional need. If problems arise, both parties should face and resolve them together, rather than avoiding them or seeking alternative. In modern society, women have more opportunities and right. If you feel oppressed, you should compete and create with your own strength and value, rather than giving up easily. Marriage and family are about responsibility and commitment. They are the fruits of affection and love, providing a sense of security, warmth, and a sense of belonging. There is no perfect marriage or family. However, if we cherish the hard-earned marriage and work together, we may find that the partner who is willing to be understanding and make sacrifices for you is the true good man. Whether it's a man or a woman, one should have self-awareness in marriage and not marry or divorce blindly. If there are no fundamental issues that cannot be resolved, then cherishing and repairing the marriage is the wisest choice. Remember, a family is a joint effort. Only through mutual cooperation and contribution can it thrive.
In this episode, we will share several poignant stories of women navigating the challenging journey of divorce. While both parties may experience a brief sense of relief following a breakup, many women often reflect on their decision with regret. They sometimes find themselves wishing to reconcile, even after moving on.
我离婚3年了，和前夫有2个女儿。今天上午为了孩子，我第一次主动联系了前夫，结果却发生了这样的事情。
It's been 3 years since the divorce, and this is the first time I've called him. As soon as he picked up, he said, "What's up, boss? Any instructions?" I thought, how much alcohol has he had to talk to me like that, calling me boss? We've been divorced for years. So I said, what instructions could I possibly have? My 2 daughters are growing up fast and will soon be in middle school, and the expenses are increasing. My income isn't great right now. Even though you send some child support every month, it's still not enough for me. Just as I finished saying that, he transferred me 10,000 yuan, saying that the girls are ours and he should contribute. He mentioned that during our divorce, he insisted on fighting for custody of the kids. He was worried that I, as a woman, would struggle to raise 2 children alone. But seeing how determined and strong I was, he knew he couldn't win against me, so he agreed to let me have both kids. That moment, I was a bit shocked to hear him say that. I didn't expect him to have such a heart. I replied, "Thank you for your generosity and understanding." To my surprise, right after that, he transferred me another 10,000 yuan, saying that 10,000 was for the kids and this 10,000 was for me. He also said, "Spend on whatever you like to eat, wear whatever you want, don't hesitate to spend money." He knew I was someone who was very frugal with myself, and then he advised me, "Your health is your capital, you need to take good care of yourself, don't just focus on working and wear yourself out." He also asked me to take the kids out to play on the weekend, to eat something good outside to improve our meals. Then, buy some nice clothes for myself and the kids to dress up a bit. When I heard this, I fell silent for a long time. I was thinking, what happened to this person? It's like he suddenly became a different person. If he had cared for me like this earlier, would we have reached the point of divorce? Then I asked him, I said, "How have you been lately?" "Pretty good. Have you found someone to do your laundry and cook for you?" He said, "Where am I supposed to find someone?" After the divorce, I never even thought about getting married again. That year, I quit my job at my previous workplace and opened a farm machinery repair shop. During the day, I either worked in the shop or went out to repair farm equipment for the farmers. After work, if I wasn't too tired, I would go out and deliver food. Even though it was windy and rainy and I was up early and out late, life was still fulfilling, just not like before. When I got home, there was hot food waiting and the sound of kids making noise. Right now, he is all alone, returning home is complete silence. So staying at home is worse than going out to deliver food. It not only brings in some extra income but also helps pass the time. After hearing him say all this, I felt a bit uneasy. I told him that being alone isn't so bad, that there aren't so many issues. But now, both of my daughters are in their rebellious phase. They don't listen to anything I say and often argue with me. Last night it was past 11 p.m. and the kids were still awake, just playing on their phones. I said a couple of things to them and they got upset. The younger one even threw her phone on the ground, which made me so angry that I slapped her. And what happened next? She cried and shouted that she had to find you. My heart was so pained at that moment. Then I hugged my 2 daughters and started crying too. I thought after the divorce I could live the life I wanted. But I didn't expect the divorce to hurt the kids so much. Now my 2 daughters have become quiet and withdrawn. Their teacher often criticizes them. I'm running back and forth between school and work, and I'm really exhausted. After I finished saying all this, he sighed and said, "Aren't I the same? It's all my fault for being so young and reckless back then, too headstrong and selfish, always losing my temper at you. Now my parents keep telling me that I've lived this long and still don't understand what's right or wrong. I've lost such a devoted and understanding daughter-in-law and 2 wonderful daughters." And he said he's regretting it deeply now. After that, we fell silent again. After a while, he spoke up, saying, "Look at how hard our lives are now, how difficult it is. Why don't we remarry?" Then he transferred 20,000 yuan to me. He said this was his income from last month, from the store and his delivery work. He also told me that he had worked hard over the years and had saved some money. He asked me to give him another chance, saying that we could live well together from now on and never separate again. He also promised that in the future, he would never let me feel even a little wronged and would ensure that I, along with our 2 daughters, would live a happy, joyful, and fulfilling life. He said if I agreed now, he would immediately take me and the 2 kids home. After hearing all this, to be honest, if I say it didn't hurt my heart, it will be fake, but I was also somewhat moved. However, I felt very conflicted and didn't know if I should agree to his request. Agreeing would indeed be good for the kids, but I was afraid of repeating past mistakes. On the other hand, not agreeing felt like a missed opportunity. After all, in today's society, it's really hard to find a reliable person you know well, especially for a second marriage. What do you think I should do?
离完婚的一定要早点二婚，早点要孩子。
You should get married early, especially for a second marriage, and have kids soon. Otherwise, you'll end up like me. I'm a living example. I'm 45 this year, and every day after work, I come home to an empty house. Breakfast is cleaned up, and when I come home at night, it's still the same. If the food isn't good, I have to eat out or order takeout. I'm also really afraid of gaining weight, so I have to go to the gym, do yoga, and Pilates. It's exhausting. I don't manage my money well either. No one helps me with that. Then I buy some random things, whatever I like. When I'm resting, I'm really bored. I sleep in every day without anyone waking me up. When I'm idle, I just read a book, listen to music, work out, or go for a run. If I have time, I go for a walk by the beach, watch the sunrise, and see the sunset. Sometimes I feel like going on a road trip, and I just go. Especially now that the new year is coming, I feel even lonelier. Everyone else is busy at home. And here I am, dragging a suitcase around to travel. It's really tough. So, if you get divorced, hurry up and remarry. Otherwise, you'll just get angry every day. There's no one to bother you, but if you're my age and divorced and you don't find someone, you'll be old and have no one to take care of you.
The transition from dating to building a family can be one of life's most joyful experiences. However, the heartbreak of divorce can leave lasting scars, particularly for children who bear the emotional burden of their parents' separation. Research indicates that children from divorced families may face educational and emotional challenges, reinforcing the notion that divorce can create problems rather than solve them. Moreover, divorce can sometimes exacerbate existing issues, creating a cycle of hardship that is difficult to escape. The choice of a life partner is perhaps one of the most critical decisions one can make, and the impact of that choice resonates through the family structure.
How long does it take for a woman to go from wanting a divorce to regretting it? 3 months? 6 months? Or maybe 3 years? I can't guarantee that. But I can say for sure that she will go through these 3 stages. No matter why she wants to divorce you, whether someone else is pursuing her, or you did something that disappointed her, or you did something to hurt her, she will definitely start to feel regret in the final stage. First, the first stage is the relief stage. If I were the woman who first brought up the divorce, after I said it, besides feeling angry at the man, I would feel a sense of relief. The thought of divorce for a woman doesn't just come out of nowhere. She has thought about it for a long time, struggled with it for a long time, and finally made up her mind. So, for her, divorce is like a long-awaited fresh start. This may sound harsh, but honestly, she feels that only when you completely disappear from her life can she live normally. So you see how many women are decisive when it comes to divorce. They won't hesitate, won't look back, and can even endure not seeing their children. The second stage is being blind. She thought that leaving you would make everything better, but after a while, she realized she felt empty and didn't know what to do. Before considering divorce, she had it all planned out. She wanted to find a job, become beautiful, and travel. But after she left you, she found that it wasn't so easy. The world wasn't as wonderful as she imagined. Women often say that all the hardships are brought by men, but when she left home, she realized how much this man had endured for her. Before long, she will start to doubt whether her decision was too impulsive. Did she simplify the problem too much? She will unconsciously compare you to everyone she meets. And the result? In the end, she will always find that no one makes her feel as secure as you do. Gradually, she will enter the third stage, the stage of budding regret. At this stage, her heart feels like it's being scratched by a cat's paw, itchy, yet a bit painful. She starts to think, if she hadn't been so impulsive and had asked for a divorce, would things be different now? She imagines that if you could sit down and talk calmly, many misunderstandings could be resolved. She begins to regret why she didn't give you another chance, and herself a chance too. At this moment, it's the best time for us to bring her home. Everyone can refer to the template I shared before. An icebreaker letter to reconnect with her and show your growth and changes during this time. So, when a woman goes from asking for a divorce to regretting it, the timing is hard to say, but the process is quite similar.
Many women find themselves in situations where they can't turn back the clock after a divorce, realizing the profound implications of their decisions. I sincerely hope that those watching this video will cherish their partners for who they are, actively work through their challenges, and nurture their relationships. Thank you for joining me today. If you enjoyed this content, please subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay curious, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.